Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back to another reaction by Truest Dude. Truest Dude's Truest Reactions. I am the Truest Dude, man, and together we are the Truest Crew. You feel me? Now, I didn't get a chance to speak on this when it first went down. I wanted to take the chance to speak on something that went down, an incident that took place some time back. I'm just not having a chance to react to this situation with Shannon Sharpe and Shaquille O'Neal. Seems they had a little back and forth a few weeks ago, and over their disagreement with who should have been this season's MVP. There's been times when Shannon Sharpe, in my opinion, has been attacked. He's been ridiculed for reasons that I believed were unjust. And as a result, I felt the need to defend Shannon. But this wasn't one of those times. I think that Shannon Sharpe was all the way out of pocket with his comments on Shaquille O'Neal, Team TC. You feel me? And we're going to get into that. But before we do that, I just want to say shout outs to all of my subscribers, both present and future. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, man. And hey, become a part of something special. You feel me? So, a few weeks ago, NBA player Nikola Jokic received his third MVP award, right? So I want to say this is his third MVP award in a row, but I'm not sure on that. But I do know this is his third MVP award in 4 years. And so the guys on NBA on TNT, I had to catch myself. I was about to say NBA on MTV. But him and the guys on NBA on TNT were talking about it. And Shaq was saying how he felt that OKC player Shai Alexander should have won this season's MVP. Now, Shannon decided to react to Shaq's comments, and in my opinion, he got real disrespectful in his response to what Shaq said. He started going in about how, in his opinion, Shaq was jealous of Joker. He was upset, because he's never mentioned in the conversation when it comes to the GOATs of the NBA. Just a lot of respect on Shannon Sharpe's part. And I think that for me, I didn't really see any disrespect. I mean, Shaq kept it a buck. He congratulated Jokic. He told Jokic, straight up on the air, I felt like Shai should have won the award. Before you hear from anybody else, let me just tell you face to face, I felt like Shai should have got the award for MVP. So, again, Shannon didn't take too kindly to that. He felt the need to come to Joker's defense. And in his defense of Joker, like I said, in my opinion, he was highly disrespectful to Shaq. And I wanna touch on this from my perspective. I want to offer a different perspective. I've seen a lot of people talking about this, but I didn't really see anybody come at it from this perspective. So I'm gonna put a little twist on this, and I want to play Shannon Sharpe's response to Shaq from Nightcap, and we're gonna get into this real quick. So let's all take a listen to that. Let's pull that up. Let's check it out.
I think a part of Shaq, he might not ever admit this, but Shaq see these guys winning these MVPs and a little envious. Because, and I don't care, look, I understand that Shaq got 4 titles and he has 3 finals MVPs, but Shaq know deep down, we should be having a discussion. For GOAT, Shaq name is never brought up in the discussion. Now, we bring his name up with big mans, with Will, Russell, and Kareem, and rightfully so. But we're never going to see another guy Shaq's size with his athleticism that was as dominant as him.
Yeah.
And he robbed himself because he didn't take it serious enough. Did he take it serious? Not nearly as serious as he should have. Shaq should have 5 MVPs. Shaq should have 7 titles. And I think he sees a guy like Nikola Jokic that's not as dominant as him, and he gets 3 and 4 years.
Yeah.
And people are talking about him. And they talk about him dominant big man. But see, when you historically great, they talk about you as great basketball player, the GOAT. And Shaq is never brought up. When they say Tom Brady, even though he plays quarterback, they say Tom Brady is the greatest football player.
Mm-hmm.
Ocho, you and I debate. We say Jerry, we say Lawrence Taylor, or whomever. Mm-hmm. But right. Tom Brady, although he played quarterback, Shaq is never brought up in those discussions when it comes to GOAT. He's never in front of Magic. He's never in front of LeBron. He's never in front of Jordan. He's never in front of Kareem. He's never really in front of Russell. When we talk about GOATs, those Mount Rushmore. And I think a part of him is envious of that. Oh, but he doesn't have anybody to blame but himself.
Here's my problem with this. First of all, why does Shaquille O'Neal have to be jealous of Joker just to give his honest opinion on who he felt should have been this year's MVP? You see? Why does he have to be jealous? Why can't he just be genuine in his opinion? And the problem that I also have with Shannon is that he inserted himself, and this is why I can't defend Shannon. He inserted himself into a situation where he knows he's supposed to remain neutral at all times. That's the thing. And as far as Shaq's work ethic, what he did and what he didn't do, Shannon Sharpe didn't tell us anything in this situation, in this segment, that we didn't already know about Shaq. As far as his work ethic and him not taking the game of professional basketball as seriously as he should have. We already know this. We already know that Shaq didn't take it as seriously as he should have. And we know this because Shaq admitted to it. Years ago, Shaq has already taken accountability for not taking his game as serious as he should have. He's acknowledged this. He's acknowledged the fact that he had the wrong mindset. You see what I'm saying? So in defense of Joker, Shannon Sharpe chose to bring up something about Shaq that he shouldn't have. That was completely irrelevant. His opinion on Shai Alexander and the fact that he felt Shai should have won the MVP has nothing to do with his work ethic as a basketball player. You know? And this is the main issue that I had with Shannon right here. This is the main issue that I had with Shannon. Like I said, you're supposed to remain neutral, and you put yourself in this conversation, and Shannon shouldn't have did that.
I know for a fact, if Shaq would have had, let's just say, if he'd had my work ethic, he'd have had 40,000 points. But
see, if he had Shannon's work ethic, he would have had 40,000 points. Well, Shaquille O'Neal caught wind of what Shannon Sharpe had to say, and Shaq being Shaq, he decided to respond in, well, pure Shaq form. So he said, he took to Instagram, I believe this was Instagram, and he responds to Shannon Sharpe, and I have his quote here. He says, "You took me sticking up for Shai as jealousy of Joker. Shows how smart you are and how you say anything to get clicks. So here's some clickbait for you. If you ain't ranked in the top 10 of your profession, then you can't speak on me. Don't forget, I know what you did to get where you at." And if I'm being honest, I think what Shaq meant by that is back when Shannon was on Undisputed, he had that character he would play. Y'all remember that? But he was supposed to be Unc. You know, he'd come out there with the cigarellos and the and the Phillies, you know what I'm saying, and the yak. You know, he would have his the do-rag on and all this, that, and the third. You know, Shannon, we've never known Shannon Sharpe to be a smoker, right? We've never known Shannon Sharpe to be a heavy drinker. You know what I'm saying? And so he played that character on Undisputed. And so that's Shaq's way of saying you were buck dancing. You buck danced your way to where you are now. You know, so that's what he meant by that part in his response to Shannon. And he goes further. He says, "Me jealous? Sounds like you're jealous. I know you're trying to stay relevant by gossiping on your podcast We don't believe you. You need more people. And in case you forgot, 4 rings, 3 finals MVPs, top 50 and top 75. Google me. And to be quite frank, all this success you got, and you're still under me. You don't know my work ethic, but according to you, I work less than you, but I'm worth more than you. Make it make sense. Love you too. If you need help making money, it's better ways than gossiping. I'm too old for this shit. Love always, the most dominant big man ever who never took it serious. Remember, I don't know you, and in the words of Skip Bayless, I'm better than you. Hashtag G14 classification. If I have it, you don't. Not in my profession. And your GOAT debate, never wanted to be the GOAT. Never wanted to be the GOAT. I wanted to be who you should greet me as, which is the most dominant ever. Hashtag the apex predator. Wow. Wow. So, as you can see, Shaquille O'Neal absolutely cooked Shannon Sharpe there. And in my opinion, he had every right to do so. Shannon would respond to Shaq and, you know, in an attempt to defend his position. But, you know, the problem again is that Shannon made the whole thing personal by inserting himself into the conversation. And this was, in my opinion, why, like I said, he had every right to destroy Shannon in his response. You know, a lot of people were on Shannon's side with this situation between him and Shaquille O'Neal, but I can't rock with Shannon on this. I can't rock with Shannon on this. He was out of pocket. And when you think about the whole Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe situation, you know, right before he parted ways with Undisputed, see, in my opinion, Shannon Sharpe did to Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe did to Shaquille O'Neal what Skip Bayless did to Shannon Sharpe when he was on Undisputed. Now, y'all remember that, right? Does everybody remember when Shannon Sharpe went off on Skip Bayless after Skip told Shannon he was jealous of Tom Brady? Because Brady was still playing at the time, and Shannon was jealous because he was retired. Now, for those of you who may have forgotten that, right, Team TC? We're going to take a trip back down memory lane here because I want everybody to listen to how Shannon goes off on Skip Bayless as he goes full Super Saiyan on Skip Bayless for what Skip said to him. So let's check that out. And I want everybody to hear that because Shannon seems to have forgotten exactly how it feels to have somebody try to diminish your accomplishments. So
you have no objectivity. It's just straight Brady hate. Wait a minute. This is just straight hate by a guy who's jealous that he is still playing at a high level at 45 when you had to stop at 35.
Yeah, that's what you do.
That's the point.
That's what you do. Every time I call something into question, I'm jealous.
No.
Skip, I did what I did.
I never said you were jealous of Baker Mayfield.
Skip, I did what I did. You make it seem like I was a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I got 3 Super Bowls.
So what?
So what?
He's way better than you were.
I'm better than you.
Better.
Skip, what did I got to see what you do? You take personal shots.
No, I don't take personal shots. You started it.
Time out. You would take a personal shot at me.
I didn't take a personal shot.
Exactly what
Wait a
it is.
minute.
What are you talking about?
You would take a personal
Put your glasses back on.
Ooh.
Can I finish? You're willing to take a personal shot at me to say this man is better than me because I say he's playing bad this year?
Well, because you just
Go ahead.
you disrespect him. It's just so. You know what? It's beneath your
You would
dignity.
disrespect me to support him.
No, well, I'll support him over anybody because he's the greatest player who ever played your game, and it's by far.
Have at it.
Okay,
Take off,
I'm going to have at it because I'm going to have at you.
How soon we forget. How soon we forget. You see, this is why Shaquille O'Neal had every right to destroy Shannon Sharpe. Shannon forgot about this. So it seems to me like Shannon can dish it out, but he can't take it, you know. And he says that if Shaq had his work ethic, he would have had 40,000 points. That may be true. That may be true. But by that logic, Team TC, right? By that logic, if Shannon had Tom Brady's work ethic, then maybe he would have 7 Super Bowl rings instead of just the 3. Right? You see how that works? If Shannon Sharpe had Tom Brady's work ethic, he just might have 7 Super Bowl rings instead of the 3. Matter of fact, if Joker had Shannon Sharpe's work ethic, then maybe he would be in the Western Conference Finals instead of watching at home on his couch. See? Like the rest of us. You know? So now he's what he is. He's just like the rest of us. He's a spectator now. He's not a participant. He's a spectator. And speaking of Joker, Mr. 3-time MVP, which is what this is all about, he got the clamps put on him by Cat. And you know, in my opinion, because Cat, whenever Cat was on him, he struggled. He struggled big time. These are facts. Mr. 3-time MVP. When Karl Anthony Towns guarded Joker in that series, Joker struggled. His percentage went down. Every time he guarded him, his percentage went down. And not only did Cat give him the business, but so did a guy by the name of Naz Reid. Naz Reid is a guy who isn't even a starter for the Minnesota Timberwolves. You see what I'm saying? And he came in and got busy on Joker. 2 big-time back-to-back blocks on Joker, and he's coming off the bench. So you got a guy, let me make sure I get this right. So you got a guy in Naz Reid who came off the bench and gave Nikola Jokic all he can handle, right? Mr. 3-time MVP. And for me, that's just big time. That's big time. That's a huge feat. You know what I'm saying? Somebody hop down in the comment section and type in Nas we trust. Yeah. Put that in the comment section. In Nas we trust, baby. Now, the Minnesota Timberwolves, as we all know, they are in the Western Conference Finals and they are facing the Dallas Mavericks. But I will say this, things aren't looking too good for them. These guys are down 0-2 to the Mavs, and Game 3 is actually tonight. So they better get it together or they'll end up on the couch just like Joker and the Denver Nuggets. See what I'm saying? And because if I will say this, if they fall, right, if the Timberwolves fall to 0-3 tonight against the Mavs, it's a wrap. Team TC, it's a wrap. You can believe that. And not only that, but you got to think about it like this, right? If they fall to 0-3 against Dallas tonight, there's a chance that the Minnesota Timberwolves could end up getting swept. And for me, I don't know how anybody else feels about it, but for me, if that were to happen, then that would be an even bigger indictment on Nikola Jokic, because you're supposed to be the best in the league, right? You're supposed to be the best in the league, and you end up falling to a team that Dallas is pretty much embarrassing. It's giving the business to. You see what I'm saying? If Dallas ends up doing what you couldn't do, and that's knock off the team that's had the best defensive rating in the league the entire season. Think about that. Think about how much of an indictment that would be on Joker. But you got Shannon Sharpe jumping all the way out the window to defend this guy. Making it personal. Taking personal shots at Shaq. I think he was all the way out of line. And I think Shaq responded accordingly. And for me, the T-Wolves got to win tonight if they want to keep any hope of advancing to the NBA Finals alive. And that's pretty much my take on that, Team TC. You know, it's your boy, Truest Dude. And this is my reaction, man, to this whole entire situation with Shannon Sharpe and Shaquille O'Neal, you know. So, hey, hop down in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about this, man. And who do you guys, just since we're on the subject of basketball, who do you guys have coming out of the East and the West to represent their respective conferences in the finals? You know what I'm saying? And who do you have winning the finals? I'll put it like this. If the Dallas Mavericks advance to the NBA Finals and it's against Boston, Kyrie gonna show his ass. He gonna show his ass, you know. So, hey, feel free to let me know how y'all feel about it, man. Hop down in the comment section and enjoy the rest of y'all's Sunday and Memorial Day weekend, man. Be safe, be good, and we out of here, all right? It's your boy, man. Holla. We out.